So yesterday when we were trading, there were some different worries that the GDP numbers that had come out on Friday will come and hit the markets. And in fact, there was this PMI numbers which came in during the trading, which were also not very good. In fact, for about half an hour, the market fell. But the main thing was the GDP numbers were poor and the market would plummet. I had made a video during the weekend also that don't worry, the market is not going to fall as a result. In fact, I felt this momentum would continue on Monday, and it did. It came back, although it was a rather tentative start in the morning session. But now there is some new news coming out. This is okay. GDP numbers gone, PMI numbers poor. But now there is new news that there is going to be an increase in GST on branded garments above 1500. And in fact, there will be reduced GST on garments which are less than 1500. Also, there will be sin tax, more tax GST on tobacco, on cigarettes, also on aerated water. So, aerated bottles, the drinks and so on and so forth. So, there's a talk of 28% plus. Friends, as you must have seen, what was the message of the GDP numbers which came out on Friday? That the urban consumption is falling. Now, increasing GST on top of all this is not going to help things. So, it's going to only worsen the urban consumption problem. So, there are many themes, therefore, which come out, which you can take advantage. Trend garments are in the range of 1000 to 1500. So, you can buy trend futures at 68. 50 for a target of around 69.25 and keep 68.30 as a stop loss, because initially there used to be 5% GST on garments up to 1000. Now it's proposed to be increased that up to 1500 there will be 5%. So something like a trend could benefit. Then you have, since there's going to be an increased GST on aerated drinks, Varun Beverages futures may be sold at 636 for a target of 615. Manganese ore production increased, and therefore by almost 30%. So MOIL can be bought at 320 for a target of 331. And the very important thing that also as a fallout of the GST tax is the sin tax, increased tax on cigarettes, on tobacco. So you can buy an ITC 475 put to play this theme for a target of 12, and you may keep 6 as a stop loss. So I've given you some various themes which can be used today. And finally, last but not the least, Protean eGov has received an order from CERSAI. It's not a big order, but all these things do add on. It's not even 200 crores, it's less than that. But yet, 1759 is the rate, and you can buy for a target of 1785. And important thing to note is that there are so many parameters which are suddenly falling. GDP, then you had the PMI, and now if this GST tax was to really to be hiked on all these various products, and some may be understandable, but on ready-made garments and all that, and aerated drinks, that's not going to be a very happy story for the market. We need some clarity from the GST Council in its upcoming meeting, and more importantly, we need to know where is the RBI monetary policy signaling. The rupee has plummeted sharply to more than 84.70 per dollar, and that's, I think, becoming a little alarming. It can create issues of inflation, borrowed inflation, I would say. And the government needs to look into this the fall that is taking place once Trump comes and his policies and officially start getting announced. There could be further fall, so there needs to be some clarity on the RBI policy, and I'm sure Shaktikanta Das will do it on in his press conference on Friday, December 6th. So all these things up the anvil to get to know more where the markets are headed from here, what our perception is, what our plans are, what we think can happen, and some good stock and option suggestions. To join our premium value, which gives you a 1 week view of the markets and some excellent stock and options suggestions. I have tried to cover in my video many themes, but do note my videos are for educational purposes. I've tried to explain from an educational perspective why I felt which theme is important. You can WhatsApp us on 9820861044 and join any of our Telegram groups, particularly the premium value, which gives you 1 week predictions in advance. Based on analysis, we also educate you as to why, what can happen. Happy investing. God bless you all.